Okay. You said the sigma of all jivas is constant. Correct? Now, which is the equivalent words for that in this Shloka 19?
Now, the Shloka 19 doesn't literally say that sigma of all jivas is constant.
Okay.
Okay. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. So we're adding that. In our traditional teaching, Swamiji's talk like that.
Okay.
And it's reasonable because if it is not constant, it is either increasing or decreasing. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And how can that happen? In fact, decrease I can accept. Why I can accept decrease?
Because the destruction is going on.
No,
mukti, moksha.
Liberation.
correct.
So people have gone to moksha. Okay.
Correct. That is the reason. Decrease I can accept, but increase I can definitely not accept. Correct. So I will ask Swamiji this question. I'm going to give back. So 9:15 there is a class. So I'm going to ask Swamiji the question because if decreasing is possible, then how it can be called constant? That I'm going to have this discussion with Swamiji. Now, this I forgot to say something in class. This constant jiva, Swami Paramathananda said something. I think we all should hear this. You know this air conditioner and all. You know they have something called a thermostat. A thermostat is what? It is a device that maintains a constant temperature. Correct? Constant temperature. You set the temperature and pretty much mostly it is constant. It's supposed to do that. And as soon as the temperature increases some little, and then it will immediately cool down and then come back. So like it's constant basically for all practical purposes constant. So he says what we are talking about here is called geostat. Geostat. Swami Paramathananda. Credit to Swamiji. And when I see him next, I am going to tell him, Swamiji, I told you a joke in class. So anyway, Haraprasad ji, that's the idea.
But Jivostat, oh, that's what you are saying. Jivostat, not okay. Okay, I got it. Right, okay.
Yeah, Mahesh ji, go ahead.
So I have 2-3 questions. Number one, we say Brahma that night is 1,000 yuga, Chadur Yuga. So that is like 4.32 million years. So what happens during that time? So everything becomes unmanifest?
Yeah, in the night, your question is during the night of Brahmaji's night, what happens? Is the question, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, everything is like the seed. The tree has become a seed. Tree is vanished. No trees are there. Only seeds are there. Only seeds are there. The entire forest is gone. Only seeds are there. Seeds are there. Seeds are there. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Then Vyakta, the world comes alive from that unmanifest. Nothing happens when we say it is unmanifest. Unmanifest also is subject to change. Because if there is something that is not subject to change, then that is Atma. That is Atma. Only Atma is not subject to change. So, but unmanifest, we say unmanifest means it is there is nothing perceivable happening. Nothing perceivable. And so that Vyakta means it is manifest in a form that is perceivable. The perceivable world appears in the daytime and all perceptions cease. All perceptible objects cease to exist, become imperceptible, become Avyakta, become unmanifest during the night.
Okay.
Any other questions? You said you
Yes,
had many questions.
I have one more. Other thing was that, about the Samanadikaran. we talked about it last class. I wanted to understand the definition and context for what we are learning. Because when I was learning Sanskrit in school, somehow I remember learning something about Samanadikarana Bahurvihi Samas. I don't know exactly what it was, but out of that 4 samasa, they talk about, I don't know whether there's any relation between these two.
So Samanadikaran, the topic comes about because of the statement Tatu Tvam Asi. This is the Mahavakya. Tatu Tvam Asi. You are that. Literally translate. You are that. You are Ishvara. In grammar, the Tat and Tvam are in Samanadikaranam. Means what? They are both in Prathama Vibhakti and both are Ekavachanam. Okay? Ekavachanam Prathama Vibhakti. Correct? Okay. Now, that's it. That grammatical concept is called Samanadikaran. Okay. So here, Tat and Twaman are being equated. And so, what are we talking about? Samanadikaranam is there, but Tat and Tvam are very different, really speaking. I am very different from Ishvara. How can you say I am Ishvara? So that concept of Samanadikaranam is extended to the entities that are being equated, which must have the same grammatical equivalence of vibhakti and vachanam, and so that equality is talked about, and so these 4 types of Samanadikaran we discussed last time. So that is how the grammatical concept of Samanadikaran is extended to understanding the Mahavakyam Tattvamasi. That is why somebody, Araprasad ji, somebody asked about Samanadikaran.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. I think during the Brahmarpanam Brahmavihi, Chakrabhashim, I think I remember mentioning it.
So one other question, Jagannath. Following up on what Hariprasad ji said about his sigma example. So does it say that then sigma Atma is constant?
You have to think about all these things. I'm not going to answer all these questions.
Okay.
You have to go home, do your homework, and then come back after 6 months and ask me those questions. Okay.
Okay.
This is a homework for everybody in class. All questions I may have answers, but I may not answer all those questions. I want you to do the homework. Okay. Think about it. Now you have all the basics. This is not big science now. All the facts have been stated. So you think through this. Okay. Let's put it that way. Okay, Raghavan. Yeah.
2 questions. First one is you mentioned that
Unable to hear you. Can't hear you. Very feeble.
is it better now?
Can't hear. Nobody can hear you. So while you're checking it out, Anirudh.
Extending the Laya Pralaya, connection. When I'm in sleep state, Laya is there, but karma hasn't stopped. So when Pralaya is going on, has karma stopped?
Of course not.
Karma is continuous. Karma is like Atma, continuous.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
Pralaya is also defined by timelines and all they've given. But karma, because without karma, then how Pralaya will become manifest? How unmanifest will? What law is going to decide how?
Correct.
In
Law
what
of karma.
way unmanifest is going to become manifest?
Yes. Law of karma.
Karma, yatha shrutam, Shastram says. Karma, just hold on to that karma. There is, it's just, karma is the word we use for all these laws that are operating.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Yeah, Raghavan, are you there? Can you?
Yes, Guruji. Is it audible now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah, Namaste, Guruji. Like you mentioned that this it's a circle, right? You mentioned it's a circle. All these manifest and unmanifest is a circle. why not it's a infinite straight line? Like why are we calling it circle? Because infinite also doesn't have a start and end, right? When you say circle, does it mean that it's repeating? Let's say like I am in this Janma. Uh, Again, I'm taking birth in the same karma, whatever I'm carrying now. Like I'm having some prarabdha karma, some I'm carrying, right? So when you say circle, that means again I'm going to have the same Raghavan, same Jaikamarji, same the class. Is it like repeating, right? If you say infinite straight line, it's like it's not repeating. It can be, it's not like circle, right? We can say infinite straight line. That is my first question, Guruji. I have a second also.
Right. No, so Raghav's questions comes from the fear that, oh my God, circle means, my God, I'm going to become an IT professional and coming sitting like this in front of the computer 20 hours a day, and again this is going to come back. And no, I'm studying Bhagavad Gita, so I don't want to come back. And so he's afraid that the circle is going to come back like this. I'm going to get no. Yeah, good question. So yeah, circle does not mean the exact situation will happen again, etc. Circle only means that there is no end and no beginning. No end and no beginning. If you draw a line, what happens is, the problem with the line is the line has a beginning. Somebody can say, when did the line start? Can ask the question. That's the only thing. Suppose you say infinite line. Okay, infinite line we can accept. Infinite line you can accept. Keep on going. Like Shiva told Brahmaji, go find out where this flame starts. They keep on going up north and up south, and so like that it's possible. So yeah, that's just a way of saying. That's just a way of saying. Karma governs all manifestations and unmanifestations, and therefore there is no beginning, no end also. Yeah.
Yeah. Second,
Vijay, go ahead.
sorry, one more question, Guruji. Second question was, you mentioned that the jivas can decrease, right? You mentioned like because of moksha, the number of jivas can decrease. So, but in one of the previous class, I remember that you mentioned that karma can never get exhausted. Like it's always there. It can never get exhausted. So even though
Yeah.
we say it cannot get exhausted, right?
Correct. So Raghavan point is good. So Raghavan, good thing about he remembers what was taught. So that I'm very, very happy about that. And Raghavan is saying, even though the Jiva got moksha, Jiva's karma account that was there, it can't just vanish like that. Okay. So what happens to that karma of the jnanis? This one Sajjita karma. What happens? Well, it's all there waiting. Only thing is, it won't come to that jiva because that jiva doesn't exist. It will dissipate to other jivas. It has to go through a jiva because the experience has to happen. And so, ye nindanti, etc. Okay, that tattva ye nindanti, those who speak ill of this jnani. So you be a little careful. Okay. So what we talk. So those who nindanti, etc. They will get the papa karmas of the jnani who committed past karmas, papa karmas, and then ye stuvanti. Okay, stuvanti. That is what the Tattva says. Those who praise the person and those who do those kinds of things, and they get the punya karma, like that it says. And so that is karma only. That's karma, but that does not affect the jiva. Whether so now that one jiva's karma is being distributed to other jivas. Correct, Raghun? Is that reasonable?
Yeah, but still it's not exhausted. It can never get exhausted, right?
Yeah, distributed. Yeah, distributed means will exhaust in time. Distributed means will exhaust in time. If somebody's bank account is being distributed, the government says, oh, these people are all dead and gone, and so there is $100 billion of stuff sitting in all banks. They're all nowhere to exist, no will, nothing. They're sitting for 50 years. So the government decides, okay, we are going to start 1, 2, 3. We're going to start distributing this. We're going to use it in all these programs. Exhausted after that. So karma, that's how it is. Karma gets exhausted, and the jiva, human being like jiva, produces karma. Exhausted, produced. Exhausted, produced.
Okay.
Correct? Yeah.
Thank you.
Somebody else had a question. Yeah, Prasad, go ahead.
Well, Jay Kumarji, so when you said that, what does it mean then the Jivatma gets disintegrated on mukti or liberation? Or so when the Jivatma gets disintegrated, is it equivalent to what you just said?
Jivatma gets disintegrated means, I didn't use that word, Jivatma gets disintegrated. It means there is no longer a receptacle of the karma gained by the Jivatma. And therefore, there is no longer an identity called Jiva. There is no longer an identity called Jiva after that Jiva passes away. That Karana Sharira, Sukshma Sharira of the Jnani has no owner. Therefore, it's gone. It's gone, but karma is not gone. Karana Sharira, karma is not gone. Karma will get distributed, but it doesn't belong to this person anymore. So Prasad is there? Okay,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. One more thing, observation. When we talk about unmanifest, manifest, that remains of define once and use it more. Like today's technology, Java. So it's a cycle which is used again and again, right? But anyway, that's only a passing remark. But relevant question is that, so basically when this is going on, the most can we take it is called, there is no origination in the first place, so it is basically non-origination, so it never been created, it's going on from infinity to, so basically like from in a spectrum of infinite going on. So in other words, it's a radical model of, okay, non-origination. I never think that there is something got created. Like the Srishti model, Srishti Prakriya, what we talked in the last chapter, that is like fitting into one component here, because unmanifest and manifest, but in originality, there is no origination. Can we take that way?
There is no, even in our own analysis, scientific analysis, if they say this is so and so, is coronavirus is the cause for this pandemic, is the cause for all these diseases that people have got, is the cause for all these respiratory problems and this and that. Suppose they say, okay, acceptable, coronavirus is the cause. But what is the cause of coronavirus? You can ask the question. Now, you may not be interested in that question. That is different. See, not being interested in the question is not there, not the same as there is no question like that. Who caused the coronavirus? Where did it originate? Multiple places? In Earth did it originate, or the space travel? These people went to space and got the coronavirus. They won't tell us all these things. So it can be anywhere. Where did it come from? Then like this question is unending. Why there? Why China? Because they did all these things. Wet shops, sweat shops, not sweat shop, wet shop, I think it's called, right? Wet market or something.
Market.
Oh,
Wet
yeah.
shop.
Wet
Shop. Wet market.
It's a wet market, yeah, I think. Yeah.
And you say, what is a wet market? And then you look around and you say, my God, these people are cutting in all kinds of animals that you have not even seen those animals before. And that's how it is going on. So like this, these questions don't, why? Then why did they do this? Then there is some story behind that. In China, when it had famines and all that, they said, it's time to eat animals. And then they started growing animals for the sake of eating. Any animal acceptable. And so that's it. Why then? Why China like this? It's going on and on. So this doctor who says coronavirus is the cause of your symptoms is only focusing on a very small portion of the overall sequence of events, correct?
Yeah.
And that focusing on the small portion is sufficient to solve your problem right now. Your problem is I have symptoms and I want to get rid of this symptom. Okay, fine. For that problem, this small portion of this big axis analysis is enough. Therefore, even in this analysis, cause doesn't exist. Keeps on, you can keep on asking the question until no end. So I think it's to me it's reasonable. It is very rational in my opinion.
So I can
Think
take
about
it as it has been existing, but it manifested now. So that's what you mean to say, like
correct.
going
Existence always is correct.
back. Yeah.
Correct. Whether it is manifest or unmanifest is the question.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Are there any chat window? Okay. Mahesh ji says straight line can be defined as a circle with infinite radius. Okay. That's a good one. I like that. Look, I did not translate. Okay, good. We'll complete now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantarage Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantarage Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantarage Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaturji. Dhanyawad, Guruji.
धन्यवाद जय शिवाजी, धन्यवाद।